What is going on, everybody? So, hopefully, everybody had a good Familiar Rush and War Game season that just ended yesterday. So, hopefully, you guys did well in both of those. We barely missed the top 25. My Familiar did this time, unfortunately. But who knows? We didn't have 30 members, which is crazy. So maybe next time. We'll see. But anyway, there's new content in the game, so I'm going to be covering that. And I'm very excited about these new banners, so I am also going to be reviewing those banners. So I'm just going to be quickly going over what's new and then checking out those banners. So I don't think there's anything new here, just that. We got a new weapon. Regal Force, Faithful Rod, and Physical Faithful Rod. I'm assuming those are Lion's weapons, and I don't know what Regal Force is. Uh, those are Lion's weapons, and then Onakitty. Oh, sweet! So we have Onakitty's weapon. I guess that makes sense because we did just get the idol Onakitty. I will save the gotcha for last. So we have the Pop Stars. They're like, oh, I love it. I love it. And then we've got the Heroic Trials, which is the elves. Oh, sweet. Got 4 to choose from. So I'm assuming, I guess I'll be probably taking the A now, but we'll see what happens there. There's 4 choices, so does that mean it's going to be 800 this time? I really hope not. That would be so annoying. It is still 600, so that is good. That is very good. But cool. So Elven Rondo Heroic Trials. I did not know that was coming. Then we have the Pop Stars, which I did know was coming. That's awesome. It looks like the shop is just going to be just the regular shop. And does Halloween go away today? Halloween goes away today. So I need to clear the shop still. We'll get that done though. I've got 4 hours, no big deal. Yeah, so get that done if you guys have not done that yet. I apparently have not. What else do we have here? We have Heroic Trial, so it's going to be, I forget her name, but the newer Heroic Trial character. Then she is, it looks like light. I'm going to say she's light, and don't know what the ailment is, but we'll see that in time, I guess. I guess that's all for the new stuff. We just need to hit the gotcha. So should I just do it? Should I do the draw? Yeah, I'll just do the free draw. Let's do the free draw, and then I'll get into some review. Heck yeah, that's what I like to see. So we got Rainbow. What do we get? All right, hit me with something good, baby. I'll melt your body with my charm. Ooh, baby. Do I have like 2 of her? I think I have like 2 of her. Oh no. Was it a different account? I swear I pulled her. Maybe it was a different account. Interesting. But cool. New unit. I'll take it. But we have 2 banners, which is it's crazy to me that we have 2 eyes characters. So Eyes is an idol, and Eyes is also the manager, it looks like, which is interesting. I guess we'll see that in the story, how that plays out. But we have both. So I'm going to do this banner first. And this is a banner I'll probably be pulling on because I really, really want the line. Lion and Onakitty are honestly like the 2 that I want. Just by looks. Like, I don't know. I am going to be pulling on these banners though because I'm weak. But anyway. Let's see. Lion is a balanced type. I guess that doesn't surprise me because the other one is also a balanced type. But she is going to specialize in magic, with the magic maxing out at 14-13, agility at 11-10. So the agility is not that bad, actually, for a balance. Then we have Allies avoids KO X1 only when HP is above 1%, removed when HP is below 1%, and 75% HP regen for 3 turns. So that's going to be a super survivability special arts. Super survivability. Like, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty much going to save your entire team once from dying. And they may not even get that close because 75% HP regen. That's pretty crazy. But anyway, Star Pulse. Foes. These are text boxes. These are crazy. So anyway, foes slow super light physical attack with ultra uncounter rate and removes strength and magic buffs and HP regen skills except assist skills. That's a lot to unpack. So it's an AoE slow super light physical attack with ultra uncounter rate and removes strength and magic buffs. So it removes strength, magic buffs, and heal regen skills. That's crazy, and it's slow, so it's going to move last. So it's going to let them buff themselves. Like in Wargame, it'll let them buff themselves, and then this will go remove all the buffs. So this is not. This is definitely geared for Wargame because, in like Familiar Rush, if they buff themselves, you're gonna want to remove the buff early, so they can't use it that turn. But yeah, that's crazy. So that's gonna be good for Wargame actually because of all the self buffs, all of the like Daphne / Artemis type buffs, stuff like that. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be really good. So allies fast increase special arts gauge charge gain by that was a lot by 33%, encounter rate, critical rate, and penetration rate plus 20% for 4 turns. That's insane. So special arts 33%, just like the last line, except also counter rate, crit rate, and penetration rate plus 20%. That's a lot. This is a really good support unit. Like, I'm glad that she's like my fave because I need her. This is insane. She does specialize in magic though, which kind of sucks for me. Because my War Games team is physical. However, we'll try her out regardless. So we got I'm not going to pull her anyway though, so it's fine. We got foe highlight physical attack damage plus 40%. Highlight physical attack damage plus 40% per each self increase critical rate. So each increased critical rate buff on her gets a damage plus 40%. So it's a highlight physical attack and then damage plus 40% for each self increased critical rate. So the more crit rate she has, the more damage she does. Broken. It's pretty good, actually. So I'm gonna say you can get like plus 80% on her with that. So I guess pretty good. It's gonna be good for Record Buster single target stuff, and then the other two are gonna be really good for Wargame, which is this is a really good balance unit. Like definitely a good balance unit. Okay, so next is Anakitty. I'm very excited about her too. I have not read her. I knew lines for second skill at least. I knew the second skill charge special arts gauge again. I read that earlier, but I didn't know. I also knew the special arts, but I think that's all I know. I don't think I've really read anything else. She has a physical attack type Anakitty, so hype. These are light too, so I have a lot of light units. This is definitely going to be a banner for me. So anyway, physical attack type. Her strength maxes out at 1906, agility 1126. Special arts. Foes ultra light physical attack with temporary strength boost and ultra unguard rate and allies critical rate and penetration rate plus 50% for 1 turn. So it's going to buff. It's going to activate Lion's third skill, so that's a cool little thing. Ultra unguard rate is definitely cool. And the penetration rate plus 50% is also cool. It's kind of basic besides that, but like that's super good. Ultra unguard rate, and crit and penetration plus 50%. So those are good. That's a good special arts. Next, foes fast, mid, light, physical attack with ultra uncounter rate and damage received attack type all targets, all and single targets plus 20% for 4 turns. So ultra uncounter rate. Damage received, tag type all targets, plus 20% for 4 turns, and single target. Kind of, so it's like the kind of generic skill of like increased AoE or increased single target, except it's in one, and it's 20% as opposed to 30% on like Elmina. But I mean, it's both, so that's cool. I dig that, and we also have the uncounter rate coming in. We have a bunch of uncounter rates on these units. Then we have foes super light physical attack with ultra penetration rate and self strength and light attack damage plus 40% for 4 turns. So the damage plus X% times 2, the generic skill that we've been getting. It is super though. It gives a little bit less buff, but it's super, which is cool. and ultra penetration rate. So cool, I dig it. Foe highlight physical attack damage plus 40% per each target skill effect that increases damage received. Attack type single target. So in Record Buster, if you have the Hestia that does single target attack damage debuff. I can't say this. This is so this is so hard to word. To the boss, and then you say use her first skill that also does single target attack damage debuff. It's going to do plus 80% damage. So you're going to use, I guess, the second skill, then that skill, or the first, second, third, I guess, is how it will stack if you don't have something else to go ahead and do the first skill with a different unit. But yes, so that is a lot. That's going to be good for a Record Buster, though. That's going to be really good for a Record Buster, for Dark Record Buster especially. I really want that unit, actually. That's really good. That last skill is very good. Dope. Okay, so Votto call. Nope, Votto did not call it. This is, I think he predicted both of the eyes would be assist. I thought the manager would be assist, but I was thinking that she would be an adventurer, so I was right. Cool. Let's go ahead and see the skill and development abilities. So it's insect killer, so the next familiar rush is more than likely going to be insects. Magic and agility plus 40%. Busted. When countering, instead of attacking regularly, extends status buff for allies for 1 turn. So that's cool. Kind of the that's new. That's new. When countering and attacking regular, that's not new. Okay. Anyway. Let's see what Eyes is. Eyes is a physical attack type, so we have another physical attacker. She maxes out at 1996 strength, 963 agility. The agility is a little slow. So she has... Are there 2 single target attackers on this banner? This is dope. Wait, so... That's weird. So pretty much... Anakitty's like both. Anakitty's interesting. She seems good though, but she's interesting. But anyway, foe ultra fire physical attack damage plus 60% per each self strength buff and increase special arts gauge gained by 100% for 5 turns. What is this? So increases special arts gain for herself for 5 turns by 100%. And then Ultra Fire physical attack, damage plus 60% per each self-strength buff. So it's going to, buff by at least... It's going to buff by 120%, which is really good. Damage plus 120% on a single target attack. This is going to be a really good Record Buster special arts. Really good. Then we have Foe mid-fire physical attack and physical resist and fire resist minus 30% for 4 turns. Okay, cool. Foe high fire physical attack with high unguard rate and allies physical resist and magic resist plus 30% for 3 turns. That's broken. So high unguard rate and allies physical and magic resist plus 30% for 3 turns. So that's good. That's the buff that you need. We've been missing that on a single target unit. That's crazy. So we don't have to use specific physical or magic buffers and debuffers anymore. We just have that generic one now. So that's good. That's really good. So we have Foe super fire physical attack with high penetration rate and allies strength and fire attack damage plus 30% for 2 turns. She's going to debuff physical and fire. She's going to buff physical and fire, and she's going to buff magic and physical resist. I think that this is going to be a super good unit. They are also mid, high, and super attacks, so I think this is going to be a super good unit, a super good generic Record Buster unit. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good generic Record Buster unit. This video is getting a little long, so I'm going to try to keep it short on this banner, but I forgot to look at her development skill. I'm like, I'll keep it short, and then, oh no, development skill. What am I doing? Oh. Uh, I do want to check that out though because they've been like throwing curveballs in there. Um, just generic. Okay. So are these are the magic? Okay, magic attackers on this banner. So this is a banner I'm gonna probably stay away from. These also look like Earth. Are these Earth? Fire. They're fire. They're fire with eyes. Makes sense, I guess. So anyway, we have Lufia. So Lufia also looks hot. Lufia is usually like my fave, but I like the two on the other banner to be honest. Like I really like them. So she maxed out at 1891 magic, 1004 agility. Her special arts is foes ultra fire magic attack, temporary magic boost, and ultra unguard rate, and allies fire attack damage plus 65% for one turn. So that's pretty decent. But like not overwhelmingly good, but it's good. It is good. So we've got burn up foes, fast mid fire magic attack, and allies magic agility and fire attack damage plus 25% for 3 turns. Magic agility fire plus 25%. Sounds good. Anything that boosts agility, I am down for. So like if you have a fire team in Wargame, like this will be good. Probably for Familiar Rush, this will probably be good as well at some point. Then we have foes, super fire magic attack, temporary magic boost, and ultra penetration rate, and 30% taunt. So another ailment for Wargame. I haven't seen ailment do anything lately. I was using ailment briefly this Wargame season, and it didn't really do anything for me. But my ailment team is significantly worse than it used to be. Like it used to be really good, and now it's just kind of like it hasn't aged well. So anyway, I guess I'll have to update it at some point. But anyway, Stars Wink, foe high fire magic attack, temporary magic boost, and ultra unguard rate, and 60% taunt. That's crazy. But it is a single attack. So like, when are you going to use that on something that can be taunted? Is the thing. It's cool though, and yeah, it just seems like a generically good unit. It does have agility plus 25% though, so like that is nothing to scoff at. That is a really good ability. So yeah, like fire slash magic teams can definitely use that. Like that's pretty decent. Then we have let's see, Felvis. We have Felvis. I don't know what I'm saying. We have Felvis. She is also a magic attack type. Her magic maxes out at 1868, and agility plus 1014. Agility a little more than Lufia, magic a little less. Special arts: AOE, ultra fire magic attack, temporary magic boost, and ultra unguard rate, and fire resist minus 50% for one turn. So, I guess if you use them in a big chain of fire units, of fire special arts, like they're gonna play off each other really well. But they do, they are like the opposite of each other in that Lufia buffs and then Filvis debuffs. But yeah, I mean it's good. It's a decent special arts. Then we have foes, fast mid fire magic attack and agility, magic resist, and fire resist minus 25% for 3 turns. So it's going to do the opposite, quote unquote, opposite of what Lufia does. They will play off of each other well in that sense, like that buff agility, fire, and magic, debuff agility, fire, magic, just for that 50% change there. Then we got foes, super fire magic attack with temporary magic boost and ultra unguard rate, and 25% seal. So taunt on Lufia, seal on Filvis. And then foe, high fire magic attack with temporary magic boost and ultra penetration rate and 50% seal. So a little bit less seal, but seal is really good. So I do like the ailments coming in, and I think it's interesting that they're going back to the 2 AoE attacks and then 1 single target attack. It's interesting, but expected, especially for units like really, really good units. Like these are very good units. These are kind of niche units. These are units that are good for a certain team. They'll be really good for a certain team. And then just generically, all right. And then the ones on the other banner, I think, are going to be really good. So, all right, what does eyes do? Are 1 assist. So maybe I won't pull assists. So anyway, Max out, she does self, strength, magic, physical resist, and magic resist plus 10%, and foes status buff minus 3 turns. What? Foes status buff minus 3. That doesn't make sense to me. So is it all status buffs that they apply to themselves are minus 3 turns? So if like it's a 3-turn status buff, it just doesn't happen? That can't be it. It has to be when they wrote. It has to be when this takes effect. Any status buff on your opponent is minus 3 turns, right? I would assume that's what it is. So I'm assuming, say for instance in War Game, if this is a back row unit, it'll rotate in, and then if your opponent has like strength buffs, with 2 turns left, it'll wipe them off. I believe that's what this will do, which is strong. It's good, but it's kind of niche because I don't think, if I am like reading this correctly, I don't think that it's going to affect, have any effect on your opponent when it's played in your front row, because I think it'll take effect initially when it rotates in, if that makes sense. So I don't think it's going to do anything if you play it up front. So just be wary of that if you do choose to get her. She does seem interesting. She seems good if used correctly, but like it just seems situational to me. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out, how she's used, but or if I'm even correct on what her skill actually does. Danmachi words things really weirdly, but yeah, I think she'll be okay. But it's very interesting wording there. Anyway, I think that's it. I do love all the art. Let me reemphasize that the art is amazing. And when I do summons, I will be doing them on this banner right here. That is hands down guaranteed. I'll probably wait till I get 4K Iris, but I guess we'll just see what happens there. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is a long video, I know. I'm probably just long-winded today. I haven't got to make any videos recently. I really miss making videos, so we'll get back to it. We'll get back on that grind. I've been saying that in like every video that I've put out lately, but I really want to get back on that grind. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was informative. Tell me in the comments which banner you're going to summon on, or if you're going to summon. I do really like the first one. The first banner is what I'm going to summon on. I think it's the better of the 2 banners, unless you just have that niche, like that specific team that the second banner is going to help a lot. I do think that the first banner is the better of the 2, though. So yeah, thanks again. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.